Don't talk like one of them. You're not. Even if you'd like to be. To them, you're just a freak.
Your fucked up government has an agenda. If you hurt me, I'll make you research how to stop crime. The world doesn't respect good people. It uses us. Our governments lie about everything.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen, so in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we want to keep it going. Money is a good thing.
We're introducing legislation to implement a national freeze on handgun ownership. What this means is that it will no longer be possible to buy, sell, transfer, or import handguns anywhere in Canada.
This just came out. The Children's Aid Society of Ottawa is urging parents at the demonstration in Ottawa to make the necessary alternate care arrangements should they become unable to care for their children following potential police action. If parents and children are separated following police efforts in ending the demonstration in the downtown core, the Children's Aid Society will work to reunite families as soon as possible.
In 1945, we began a new world order. 1944, we created a new monetary system, the Bretton Woods monetary system. And then we created that new world order.
They enslave us with debt. The New World Order was founded by the banking cartel. China got blamed for COVID for abandoning oil.
China is the world's biggest crude oil importer. Despite dampened overall crude oil demands due to COVID-19 curbs and a slowing economy, China's overall crude oil imports rose nearly 12% in May from a year earlier. Remember, Beijing has refused to condemn Moscow's war, and leading importers have in fact stepped up buying cheaper Russian oil on top of sanctioned supplies from Iran and Venezuela. China imported 260,000 tons of Iranian crude oil last month. Despite US sanctions on Iran, China has kept taking Iranian oil.
What about the biolabs in Ukraine?
And I think the one thing that's piqued a lot of people's interest, and I hope we can address, is Assistant Secretary Nuland said a couple days ago in response to my question in another hearing, this is her quote, "The U.S. government is concerned about preventing any of these research materials from falling into the hands of Russian forces should they approach," end quote. So people will hear that and say, well, that means that there must be something in these labs that's very dangerous. They possess pathogens or something that must be very dangerous. Look, we're all coming off the trauma of COVID-19, the possibility that there might have been an accident or a leak out of a lab there that we still don't know the answer to. And so it's in that context that people read that statement or hear it and say, okay, sounds to me like they have labs. These labs are working on dangerous things, and we're worried that it's going to get out of the laboratory. How should people assess that statement? Why are we so concerned? And again, I mean, I know maybe I'm asking you some questions that regard medicine and biology and research and so forth, but it's really important for this effort to understand what exactly is in these labs that we're so worried about them getting their hands on.
Sure. I mean, I think medical facilities that I've certainly been in, even as a child, done research, in high school type of thing, in college, all have equipment or, sort of pathogens or other things that you have to have restrictions around because you want to make sure that they're being treated and handled appropriately. And I think that's the kind of thing that probably Victoria Nuland was describing and thinking about in the context of that. We have to be, concerned in the same way that we have to be concerned about the nuclear power plant or, other facilities that when they're seized and if they're seized, that there may be damage done or theft, in fact misuse some of the material that's there that's not intended for weapons purposes but nevertheless process can be used in dangerous ways or that can create challenges for the local populations.
All right, thanks.
Ukraine has biological research facilities, which, in fact, we are now quite concerned Russian forces may be seeking to gain control of. So we are working with the Ukrainians on how they can prevent any of those research materials from falling into the hands of Russian forces should they approach.
Coronavirus itself is a bioweapon. You can trust your government or join my server. Commence join.ca. See you inside.